Stared in horror scares up new reasons to be afraid of heights. Directed by Stephen Hopkins, written by Coleman DeKay and Teller, and shot by Rick Boda. Based on a story from the Vault of Horror number 23, drawn by Graham Ingalls. Murder, magic, and mansions, so many levels of terror. Irma visits her husband Herman's grave. A teary-eyed old man appears behind her. His wife, Ethel's grave, is next to Herman's. She died a month ago. He visits her every Sunday. Herman died 6 months ago, and this is Irma's first visit. Sunday visits are all the man has left. Even with his servants, his house feels empty. That catches Irma's attention. The man introduces himself as Robert Hornsby. Irma feigns heartbreak for Herman's departure. The two stand at their spouses' graves until Irma says she needs to meet a friend for lunch. Robert offers to drive her. Clyde is on the run from an angry mob. Spotting a creepy house in the woods, he knocks frantically, begging to be let in. The old woman living there is hesitant. Clyde can barely stand, so she opens the door. He gives a story of forbidden love with the sheriff's daughter. Speak of the devil, the sheriff is outside. The woman tells Clyde she won't let him in. Talking through the door, the sheriff informs her of Clyde's murderous deeds. She claims she hasn't seen Clyde. Irma is amazed by Robert's limousine. Dropping her off at the restaurant, he hopes he'll see her next week. Irma walks home. There are no lunch plans. She can't stop thinking about Robert's riches. How lucky of her she picked today to visit Herman's grave. It was all an act to avoid suspicion. She murdered Herman for the insurance. On Sunday, Irma waits at the graves. The old woman tends to Clyde's forehead. Now with the sheriff off his back, his demeanor changes. He wants her car keys. She doesn't have a car. Or a phone. She doesn't care for technology. Clyde is fixing to knock her out, but he may need her more than he thought.
Now put that down, please, Clyde. I know you're desperate, but I know you're not really a killer, despite what happened to that poor Mr. Hardy down by the Circle K. Now, I don't think I have to point out, I wasn't born yesterday. It's dark and you're lost. And if you leave right now, you might bump into your good friend, the sheriff.
Looks like he's spending the night, as long as he stays downstairs. Irma hated Herman. Once she learned of his life insurance policy, it was time to get rid of him. One night during a vacation to the coast, the two explored a deserted lighthouse. They climbed the spiral staircase to the top, where Irma pushed Herman into the roaring sea. Robert arrives at the cemetery. Irma plans to do the same to him. Their relationship blossoms over the weeks. Then one Sunday, Robert proposes to Irma right in front of their spouses' gravestones. Irma says yes. After the honeymoon, Robert takes her home to his mansion. The towering spiral staircase catches Irma's eye. She turns pale as she hears the sound of the ocean waves. A young woman calls hello. Investigating, Clyde finds the beautiful Lily atop the stairs. Perhaps the old woman is not alone. He does not hesitate to join her.
Not such a good idea.
Why not? Oh, you afraid we're gonna wake up the old mummy?
It's not that. This house has rules.
Okay, well then you come on down here.
Well, I don't know. It's late.
Come on, Shell. Just want to get a closer look at you.
Clyde can't go upstairs. But if he fixes a couple drinks, Lily will meet him down there. As the new Mrs. Hornsby, Irma blocks off the balcony rooms and refuses to use the spiral staircase. She controls Robert's life, forbidding him from visiting Ethel. Robert falls ill. He keeps getting worse, and so do Irma's insults. Bursting through a pouring thunderstorm, Robert makes his way to Ethel's grave. While pleading for her to forgive him, he dies. Helping himself to a drink, Clyde gets felt up by Lily. Or so he thought. Clyde threatens the old woman. He wants Lily. She'll bring him to her. Ascending the stairs, she tells Clyde her family history. Almost to the top, the woman looks a lot younger. Her husband cursed her for an affair she had long ago. No young man will ever climb those stairs to her bedroom ever again.
Downstairs, I'm too old, and you're too young. Upstairs, I'm too young, and you're too old. See? Much better. But Harlan forgot something. He forgot that people can make love on the stairs.
No time for love, Clyde. The mob is back. They want to search the house. Lily has Clyde hide upstairs. They're not looking for an old man. The dog smells him inside, but can't make it up the magic stairs. Success! The mob is gone. Lily is excited to tell Clyde, but is shocked to see he kept going up the stairs to the attic. The man is too weak to stand. Lily is on her way to help, but to the dying Clyde's horror, she's too young. Robert's spiral staircase reminds Irma of Herman. She wants it gone. She hears footsteps outside. At last, her new husband has returned. Irma opens the door to not only a zombified Herman, but Ethel too. She runs up the spiral staircase, trying to enter one of the balcony rooms for safety, but she had them all sealed shut. The next day, Irma's mangled body is found at the bottom of the staircase. The decayed bodies of Herman and Ethel rest on the balcony. The original comic for Staired in horror is your murderous gold digger dies at the hand of vengeful zombies kind of story. So I call this a very happy ending. I just wish an undead Robert could have shared in the justice. I also have to point out how darkly beautiful the lighthouse location is drawn. It makes me pine for how the show could have played with such a setting. Rich old men, money-hungry young women, and sudden resurrections from the grave are fun, but ultimately, I am glad the show went a different direction. Co-written by Teller, the silent partner of illusionist duo Penn and Teller. Like any great magician, he uses the story to play with our expectations. Anyone who has heard any scary story about an old dark house would expect Lily to have some sinister motive towards Clyde. But no, she really did want some lovin' on the stairs. I was fooled, and I loved the episode for it. And the curse working even more magic on her in the attic was a twisted reveal. Lily's backstory makes the single location feel more vast. Meanwhile, R. Lee Ermey gives a strong voice to the mostly unseen mob. And Clyde may be one of the unluckiest criminals in horror. I don't see him passing with a painless end. The characters may hit their lowest points, but this story climbs high.
Everybody gets old. That's just the way it is.
Not me. I put a bullet in my brain before I get old and useless like you.